golfers I see struggle with shoulder external rotation. So this drill is going to be really good to help with opening up that rotation in your shoulders. All you're going to do is you're going to put your hand as if you're pretending to be a waiter. You're going to put your golf club on the outside part of your hand, and from here you're going to rotate your arm outwards. You don't have to grip here or anything hard, just kind of have enough of a hold onto the club. Go into that position, back out, touch the end range, come back out, touch the end range, come back out. Just like that. We're not really cranking or forcing anything, we're just touching up to that spot where it's kind of sore and uncomfortable and then coming back out of that. All right, this next stretch here is called the bretzel. It's pretty tough, but I think you guys can give it a shot. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay on your side, you're gonna take your top hand, grab behind and grab your bottom leg, pull it backwards. Then you're gonna take your bottom hand and grab the top leg and pull it upwards. From here, you're gonna rotate your chest open towards the roof. You should get a nice big pull in the quad of your other leg, and your chest should be opening up towards the roof. Breathe in, breathe out, let everything sink. Breathe in, breathe out, let everything sink. 10 breaths on each side. Okay, next up, we have the prone press up. This one's gonna be good for stretching out the core, the front of the hips, everything from that position on the front of your body. So all you're gonna do is take your hands down, spread your feet out so your bum can be nice and relaxed. From here, push your chest up, keep your hips down, really reach up, back down. Breathe in, flow out, stretch across the front. Breathe in, let everything sink. If you have a back condition, this might be something that you struggle with. There's no need to force anything here. This shouldn't be painful in your back. You might feel a little bit of compression, that's okay. Achiness is okay, nothing should be sharp. If you're unsure if this is something you should do, always contact a medical provider. This next exercise is called the dynamic hamstring stretch, or also known as a nerve flosser. You're gonna lay on your back. You're gonna grab behind the knee here, pull your knee in towards your chest. Okay, from this position, all you're gonna do is you're gonna push your heel up to the roof, big stretch, bend it back down. Then push your toes up to the roof, big stretch, bend it back down. Then heel, then toe, and you're just repeating, really reaching that heel and that toe, alternating. Do 10 repetitions on each leg. This next exercise is called the Palloff walkout. You can do this with a cable machine. I'm going to use bands. If you're at home, bands are probably your best option. If you have access to a gym, the cable machine by far is going to be your best option. With the band, all I've done is I've tied the band around something to anchor it. And I have a second band tucked inside of that band. Otherwise, what would happen is I would get too much tension too soon and I wouldn't be able to complete the exercise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock my hands inside the band, feet, hips, and shoulders pointed straight forwards. From here, I'm going to push my hands straight out. And from this position, I'm going to walk sideways with only my lower body moving. I don't want to see any upper body twisting. This should be really hard for your core to prevent any rotation. The main goal here is to prevent any rotation from happening while your lower body functions to move you in and out. This is really good for dissociating the strength and control of your upper versus your lower body. This next exercise is called the lunge press out. You can use a dumbbell here or anything that you can kind of hold in your hands at home. That can be a piece of fruit, jug of milk, something that's heavy. It doesn't have to be super heavy because we're gonna really throw ourselves off balance with this one. So you're gonna get down into the bottom of a lunge position, okay? I really want you to try and lift up on that back leg so you're really just using the front leg. From here, you're gonna hold your hands out, you're gonna push, press out, press out, press out, press out. Just like that. On that side, same thing. Press out, press out, press out, You're gonna repeat on both sides for both legs, 10 repetitions each. Next up is one arm, one leg plank. This is a really tough one. Really focus on your core stability here. You're gonna start in a tall plank position, hands and feet. From here, we're gonna lift one arm and one leg, opposite. Switch. 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 That one can be quite tough. Give it a try. An easier version for the one arm, one leg plank would be the bird dog. We've done this one before, but just to recap. Hands and knees, one leg, one arm, switch sides. Really reaching and becoming nice and long, but keeping your back nice and stable. This next drill is called the reach under. This is really, really helpful for getting the feel of what impact zone should feel like if you have a hard time rotating through your hips and you tend to do maybe some early extending or have a loss of posture through your golf swing. When I see people with back problems and hip problems, this is often a very good drill to work on to get that feeling motion of your golf swing. So I'm going to give you an example here, and you can see what it looks like from the front-on view here. So I'm a left-handed golfer, so this will be a left-handed drill for me. So from here, I'm going to place my top hand on the shaft of my golf club, broom handle or dowel. From here, all I'm going to do is just going to go into a small takeaway. I'm not really going to a full backswing here, just to a small takeaway, because what I'm really focusing on is leading with my hips through the impact zone and reaching under through there. Really think about moving on a arc through and under. I'm not coming out this way. I'm coming out as if I have a horseshoe around me on this pendulum motion, okay? The golf swing happens on a pendulum, as you all know. It doesn't happen down the line. It happens on a curve like this. So my hand and my arm and my torso need to be moving on that curve through here. Give that one a try. Okay, this next drill is called hips 45. And this is a really good feel drill for people who have a hard time controlling their pelvis and leading with their pelvis in the golf swing. If you've ever worked with a golf professional, they might have used words like get your hips firing, fire your hips earlier, anything along those lines. And this can be something that doesn't really connect with a lot of people from a body mechanics standpoint. So this drill is going to be something that you can use to really help the feeling of what they're trying to get you to do. So all you're going to do is you're going to take a dowel, a broom handle, or anything that you have around. Another golf club even works well. And you're going to place that dowel in front of your trail leg and behind your lead leg. So me being a left-handed golfer, that will be this position here. And that's going to create a small angle here for us. Your other golf club or dowel or anything is just going to go on your shoulders here. And this is just going to give you some feedback of what your shoulders are doing in the meantime. So from here, all I'm thinking about is just taking a small backswing, and then I'm going to trace that dowel with my hips, okay? So a way I like to tell people is, if you have a belt buckle on, you're going to be tracing that dowel with your belt buckle. So you're going to be going along that dowel, clearing your lead hip to get it out of the way, to give you space to swing underneath, okay? If you've heard people saying you swing over the top, part of the problem with those is that your lead hip doesn't get out of the way, so you have to come over the top. Or early extension, same thing. If your lead hip doesn't get out of the way, you're going to swing towards the golf ball like this. That would be early extension, okay? All of those things can be things that you work with golf professionals. This is a drill that we can really use to help you get the feeling of what your pelvis and your hips need to do in your golf swing. Give that one a try. This next drill I like to call the banded kinematic sequence drill. This is going to help you really fire your hips to lead your swing. So all we're going to do is we're going to take a golf posture with my trail leg kind of already having a little bit of tension on that band. From here I'm going to reach through and grab onto that band with my lead arm. Now from here, all I'm really focusing on is leading my golf swing back to center, back to my impact zone with my hips. Okay? What I don't want to do is leave my hips here and just pull with my arms. I want to keep my arms stable and lead with my hips. Really getting my hips to fire into that impact zone. From there, you can hold center and just get your hips into position to feel what that should feel like. Give those ones a try.